It's Minecraft time! Yay! So, the whole idea is that I want to do an introduction, humble beginnings to where I am right now. So let's begin. Chapter 1 of the story, humble beginnings. This is where it all started. Here. Back in 2016, I guess. Saw a few YouTubers played, I think, if I remember correct, and wanted to do something like that on my own. And hence I started playing it. And I'll show you one of my first ever quote-unquote build on Minecraft, right? Look at the craziness of this. What was wrong with kid me? What? So the whole idea is every torchable spot was torched. Except for that. And quite a few other spots actually, to be honest. I'm kind of disappointed in younger me, but hey. What is this? What? It's simply unacceptable, isn't it? I have such an urge to do it now, but no, you gotta preserve it. Kid me spent a lot of time doing this. Like a lot of time doing this. As you could imagine. I didn't know how to use the coordinate system, so I made a 256 block high tower with water and lava. And I used beacons for lighting up in equal intervals because they just look cool. I did not know how expensive beacons were at that point. And of course, as every Minecrafter does, I made a diamond house. But to credit where credit's due, right? I genuinely feel like this is the better... Okay, it's not better, it's not the worst. That's definitely the way to put it. I remember showing it off to my mom and she was very proud of me for doing it in a game. She was like, you can do that with games? What? And that's what really made me happy about doing all this. Because my mom actually was amazed by the fact that I could do something like this. And of course, a roller coaster going all the way around, lava and other stuff. The last thing I did with this world was try to make a big hotel that goes all the way up to build limit. I don't think it does yet. I think I'm maybe halfway there. Probably not even that much, but I did all of this manually. And this waterfall right here, there's supposed to be some redstone that switches on and off, but it doesn't really do its thing, but that's the thing. That's there. And that I kind of ran out of things to do because my knowledge about the game kind of died there. I don't know what else to do, and I sadly quit the game for the next few years till around maybe 2018 or 2019. I think I left the game. And yeah, that's where chapter 2 begins. Whoa, what is this now? It's called chapter 2. And here was where I actually learned Minecraft and what you're supposed to do in the game and not be an idiot and build massive hotels you can't finish or light up an entire ravine. What was I thinking? This was actually done by me and my school friend, Rahil, which I hope we could do a tour of this exact world with him someday. Probably coming really soon, actually. And this is where, well, we learned to do anything and everything. He taught me how to play this game, how to forage, how to survive, how to Minecraft, the whole gist. As you can see, we made a ton of progress. Probably about like 2-3 days, as in like 24 hours times 3 or 2 spent on this entire thing. One of the most memorable thing I could remember was this entire island was just a dark oak forest, and bored me to show how I deal with things. I just took out the whole forest, and I think that's kind of where the whole gameplay in this place died off, and we didn't really do much else after that. Anyway, that's chapter 2, I think. Not much else to say. If there is a lot, I think there is a lot more to say. Definitely a lot more. Why is that gold? Why is that diamond? What is that rainbow place? hopefully you'll get all that answered during the tour of this world, probably with Rahel. And that concludes chapter 2. This is kind of sad, to be honest. This is chapter 3, but well, what can I say? You can look at the world, you understand. It got corrupted. This was actually my first ever survival playthrough of the whole game. And I think I got close to the Ender Dragon. Not exactly. I think I went to the Nether, found a fortress, tried going to the roof of the Nether, but I think after that point I wanted to make a proper base, so I took a little time out for making that base. And then this happened. Yep. All of this. Weird errors and all that. In this, if you could see probably over there, yeah, there, you could find a picture, right, of I think my first survival base. Probably, yeah, I think that's my first survival base. Sadly, that's the end of chapter 3. Well, here we go. Chapter number 4. And this is my first ever complete playthrough of the game. And it all started here, in this humble plains biome, which I've come to love really very much actually. And I think I did a lot of farms and a lot of gameplay here. So you could probably see the inspiration I gained from my last world, where I did this and I ended up with this building, right? It's very modern, uses the same wood textures. I like wood. I do like wood. I use a lot of wood in my builds. Anyway, I guess I have to preface the situation. I do have a mod, vanilla tweak mod resource pack thing installed that allows you to collect mob heads and other players' heads as well. You'll get to see that in my later servers and stuff. And I was learning more about resource packs and mod packs, data packs, all that stuff. Yeah, not much else to say, maybe a tour later on, but hey, that's the end of chapter 4. Ooh, we have Optifine Zoom now, because I was using Optifine in my old computer back then. But wait for it. Whoa, so much more things to unwrap. All of this, me and my friend did it. We made this one building, and then we kind of just left the game. Nobody really did much else. After one day, I built this entire hill up here, this section, by myself. And randomly, he popped into the world and was like, hey, what's happening here? And we started playing again. And this is where I really started learning building as a whole concept. I really enjoy doing all of this atmosphere creation. It was just such a joy to do all of this thing. And after that, we slowly started building each of these buildings, and honestly speaking, I kind of started to play Minecraft way too much at this point. And pretty much everything was done by me. I mean, not everything, but a lot of it was done by me. And we all started building lore around our characters. And you'll get to know that as I go on to the tour eventually, when me and Rahel get to do it. This magnificent building was made by Rahel. I mean, I said I did a lot of things, but the biggest thing here was done by him. I'll give it to him. I know I'm not gonna take glory from his name, right? He's a pretty cool guy. He made that whole thing. Somehow, he did that. Just that. I've making onsen as well, so atmospheric. And he played all of this with shaders on. And it just looks absolutely delightful. I could use shaders now. Look at how it's so atmospheric. Now, throughout all this, we're having our school and all that stuff happening, so we usually end up being busy after a while, so we really don't stick around playing it for a long time, because we eventually move on to something that's happening in real life, right? Like, you know, having fun like normal people, move on to those things. And this was made by you. You know who you is. Yes, you do. You do. Maybe you could come along for a tour of this one too. Speak on Discord, perhaps. I taught myself how to do these things by myself, how to build things aesthetically pleasing. So that's where I got all of these ideas from. It's pretty cool. Sometimes I would look up inspiration. Sometimes I think I did watch the videos of Green in Build School, that playlist. I think that was pretty helpful. That gives you a starter's idea about how to do builds that look normal and that looks good, basically. Just look at it, marvel. I can't say anything. It's so good. It's too good. And we did all of this. Yee-hoo. Chapter number 5/6. I'm not sure. I'm bad at math. Now you might be wondering why I don't have my skin anymore. That's because we are on an Atronos server. The main gist of things is, by this point, I got my new computer. My old one died off and I had to get a new one. And a new one I did get. And it's really powerful. And that's what's enabling me to do all of this YouTube streaming, video editing, all that. So I'm really grateful for what happened. We all got together. We all started playing Minecraft. A lot. Like a really lot. There's so much to get into in this one, but this is really where I started pushing my abilities. Up until this point, I was just learning how to play Minecraft, right? I was learning how to do this whole Minecraft thing. Not really sure what to do with it, but I learned it by now. I'm pretty sure I'm the smartest Minecraft player within my social group or my circle. Very sure that that's the case. Because maybe I did put a lot of hours, so I better be. Anyway, I teach my friends how to play Minecraft. I start all of them to get into Minecraft like I did. That was the best experience. There's like a lot of people involved in the server. And I taught them all how to play Minecraft. And we all kind of went bonkers and we did way too much stuff in this server. I was the one who taught them all about it. And along the way, I improved my abilities really well. Now, if you remember the builds in the old chapters, they look far rudimentary than what I've achieved in this server. Because there's a lot more hours put into each of these builds and so much thought put into each of these builds rather than place a boundary, make some structure, finish, done. That's not the build. There was so much thought put into this one world. Every single building that I made in this world had a lot of thought to put into it and a lot of... So far, every world had me play not that long, right? Not the longest of hours. Right? Maybe 3 days, maybe 2 days. But here you have this. I've played this goddamn world in this server for 16.717 days. What? This whole world started during the pandemic. Everybody had so much free time that they all wanted to play something or the other to keep their heads sane. And we turned to Minecraft, and that's what we did for a long time. Slowly, everything came back to normal, and now nobody's playing this anymore. Kind of sad, really, but that's just how things are. Oh well. I will do a proper tour of this world. Not a tour, maybe like a send-off video with all the people involved in this world. We all get together, talk some stories around a campfire or something like that. And give a proper send-off to this world. It should be pretty grand. It's really fun. Oh yeah, and this is the point where I figured out how to make my own resource pack. I mean, I only made one. It's a map, but it's made into a resource pack where I put my own picture on it instead. And I made a logo for the Adventurers Guild by myself, mind you. All myself, my work. With that, I think we come to the conclusion of this video. With this magnificent build, the last thing that I made in this world. This amazing bank looking thing. But hey, don't worry. We're probably gonna get back to a new world where we start from scratch. Survival, no cheats, all vanilla, except for certain mods here and there. And that's how we end this video. We come to an end. Everything is done. All these bills, they're gonna be lost in memories. Janet.